Mexico have opted for a 4-5-1 formation, it appears, Jim.
Well, it's a formation, Peter, that lends itself to good possession and control in midfield because you've got the numbers there, a higher concentration. Backing that up with enough attacking dynamism is down to managers who want to get at teams. It can be used in cautious terms too, but certainly if you want to advance a little quicker and you have that attitude, then you can be very positive about this too.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Bruno Fernandes is one of the truly outstanding midfielders. He's someone I see as being arguably the best of the crop in the current generation of box-to-box playmakers. I really like his direct style, both on and off the ball.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Ruben Diaz with the short one. Mendes. Oh, it climbs up big! Harmlessly behind.
Well, I think the defence deserves credit for the way they were quick to close him down.
Alvarez. Moved on forwards. Jimenez spread out to the left. Looks to the other side. And it's Alvarez. Bruno Fernandes. And they can counter here.
Pedro Neto?
Really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Ruben Diaz. Shot, surely! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Mexico really have been deserted by their composure and allowed frustration to take over, and it's not a good sign.
Oh, that's well done, really robust. Oh, good spread. In with the challenge. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's Raul. And the shot! Mendes can get it clear. And it's played into the middle. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Gonzalo Inacio. Over to the left. Pedro Neto. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. And he welcomes in Bruno Fernandes! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
To play, and it is a goal kick. Jimenez is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Gonzalo Inacio. And it's Mendes. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Great chance! And that has been cleared. Pedro Neto! Oh, they could be caught out here. Tries to get it clear. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo! He's got away with one there.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Played towards the other side. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And he's heaved it away and claimed it back swiftly. And here's the chance to counter. Jimenez played out to the left flank. Played towards the front line. Now it's Jimenez. Raul. A chance to play it in. He's in a good position here. Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. Mendes forwards and with intent. They've played it short. Succumbs to the pressure. Referee has just said play on. Sorry. And that's definitely not his best.
Well, the favourites certainly are starting like favourites. They're the ones who are very much on the front foot and taking this game to the opposition.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. João Neves. Bruno Fernandes.
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well,
A real chance! Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo! And he thumps it clear.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And it's Bernardo Silva out towards the flank. Nice physical challenge.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
João Neves.
Bruno Fernandes really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And here's Raul. Vitinha does really well to win the ball there. That's really well manoeuvred. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Alvarez. Raul. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. This might spell danger. Roll! Dealt with nicely by the defence. Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Bruno Fernandes. João Neves. Pedro Neto. Now it's Jimenez. And that's been won straight back. And it's played forward. Well, that's well seen too. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Played out to the right. And it's Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, good take in a good area. He can get that clear. Out of play for a throw. Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes. Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva. João Neves. And he goes cross-field. And it's Mendes. Oh, sweet feet. Vitinha. And here's Neto. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. João Neves. Bernardo Silva. That's very neat. Can he deliver? Played into them. Up he goes! Aim forwards, is onto it in a flash. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. Pedro Neto. Vitinha. Pedro Neto! He's done very well to get to that.
Pedro Neto is offering a right smile there.
They play cross-field, changing the point of attack. Alvarez. Sanchez. And here's Raul. Raul! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Alvarez, Sanchez. Out to the left it goes. Spread out to the left. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Oh, what a climb! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Ruben Diaz, gently done. Some good work on the right flank here. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Out to the right. Oh, tries a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Cristiano Ronaldo clearly knew where that was falling. He'll be disappointed he didn't put it away.
Over to the left. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Ruben Diaz, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Played into space out wide. Nuno Mendes. And it's Vitinha. Nuno Mendes with the cross.
I think those reactions say it all. He didn't wait for the support and the chances gone a-begging.
Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Alvarez. Played out to the right. Well read, nice interception. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Played in by Dalot. Cleared without complication. Nuno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes tries a cross. And he goes cross-field. Inacio shifted upfield. And here's Neto. Bruno Fernandes! Bruno Fernandes! And that has been clubbed away. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And it's Bruno Fernandes! But Shaw trying to keep this in. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Delivered with swing. Now it's Jimenez. Looking to break at pace. Proves too strong. Nuno Mendes. Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes. Alvarez wins the duel this time. That's the throw. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Cross goes in there. Clears it away. Could be danger here. Diogo. Oh, shooting chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Just wonder what was on his mind there. He should have put his foot right through it.
And it's played forward. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Defending of the desperate variety. Bruno Fernandes. Played towards the other side. Nuno Mendes. Pedro Neto. Bernardo Silva. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Chance for a shot! It's anyone's ball now. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And reclaimed it in a trice. Gonçalo Inácio. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Alvarez. João Neves. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Picks it up out wide. And he's there to clear it. Sanchez. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Out for a throw. And they've got a throw. Vitinha. Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias. Played over towards the opposite flank. The whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Bernardo Silva. Nuno Mendes. And it's Mendes. Bruno Fernandes! Bruno Fernandes is flagged offside. Pedro Neto. Cristiano Ronaldo. Alvarez. Moved on forwards. That'll be a throw. Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias chooses to go cross-field. Decent progress down the left. Oh, that's neat. Surely now! No, couldn't quite control it.
Mexico, well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Oh, good spread. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, a throw in. And here's Raul. And here's Raul. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nice looking ball. João Neves. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Plays it through. It's a fine run and he's happy to keep going. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Jimenez. Do have a chance to counter here. There's the whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Mexico have played reasonably well, but perhaps they're overdoing things down the left flank. They've concentrated an awful lot in that area.
Mexico, so both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Alvarez. João Neves. And it's Dallo. Bernardo Silva. Goes for a shot! Cleared away. Mendes played into the box. Vitinha. Mendes, and that's aimed into the middle.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Sanchez. And here's Raul. Bruno Fernandes. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. And he's picked out the run. He's just a Pedro Neto! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Yeah, the ball in there was simply superb. He won't be too happy that it's gone to waste like that.
Nuno Mendes. Pedro Neto. Decent chance! Same again, same outcome. Sanchez. Alvarez. Mexico keep the ball, but can't do anything meaningful with it. Oh, can he get onto this?
Portugal couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Pedro Neto. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Shapes to shoot! Can he stop it going out? That has been knocked clear. And here's Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. It's a quick ball upfield. Now it's Jimenez. Oh, well measured. Raul. Spread out to the left. Lovely bit of skill. He's in plenty of space here. And it's hoisted clear. And that is out of play. Reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Inacio, that's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Ruben Diaz looks to the other side. Vitinha forwards and with intent. And it's Mendes. Hit into the real chance! It's a loose ball. Ochoa herring after the ball. Oh, they could be caught out here. Danger averted for now. Mexico have got it back and they'll have another go. Alvarez. Sanchez. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. And he's there to get it away. And that's really well manoeuvred. Bernardo Silva producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Diogo Dalot, gently done. Oh, such a clever touch. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Out to the left it goes. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot chooses to go cross-field. Pedro Neto. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Thinks about the shot. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Bruno Fernandes have it back and can go again. Ruben Dias gets rid without sophistication. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Aimed in towards the centre. In once more. Can he finish? No mistake!
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Mexico are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Mendes looking to hit the byline here. It's a mighty effort! They've scored! Portugal are level! That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Aim forwards. That has been cut short. Ruben Dias. It's gone for a throw-in. It's a throw-in. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
That's a cute ball. Gets it away. Sanchez. Oh, that is a good ball to... And he shoots! It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Raul. And he cuts out the supply. And it's played forward. And it's Dallo. Moved on forwards. And back to the goalkeeper. Ruben Dias. João Neves, played over towards the opposite flank. Great defending, strong and determined. Sanchez. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Well, now here's a good battle. Can he finish? Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Cristiano Ronaldo clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Pedro Neto played with finesse. And that has been cleared. Now who's going to be first to this? Bernardo Silva. He is just caressing the ball. And that was very necessary. Portugal have reclaimed it. Pedro Neto. Diogo Dallo. Oh, what? It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Now here's the delivery. Tries to get it clear. Vitinha. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has got himself a free kick.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Vitinha! Glorious! About as smooth as it gets. And the comeback is complete. That was beautiful. Something close to genius. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And it's played forward. And it's Raul. That's really well manoeuvred. That is lovely. Diogo Dalot, forwards and with intent.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nuno Mendes. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva shifted upfield. And they've got rid. Strong running down that left flank. He has found the way through. Diogo Dalot, gently done. Played towards the other side. Nuno Mendes. Pedro Neto. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Bernardo Silva, delicate ball, and it needs to be. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's on it, can he get away? Plenty waiting in the middle. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Bernardo Silva really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And that's left him on the seat of his pants. And it's Vitinha. Alvarez. Sanchez. Calmly anticipates. Diogo Dalot, aim forwards. Always onto this. Now it's Pedro Neto. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Pedro Neto. He's having a shot! Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Sanchez. Moved on forwards. And it's played forward. And that is as far as they're going to go. João Neves, and he goes cross-field. Gets a good foot in there. Gonçalo Inácio. Bernardo Silva. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Mendes, forwards and with intent. That's really well manoeuvred. A header! And yes, it's there! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line.
Portugal, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Bruno Fernandes. Mendes, who does have an assist to his name. Alvarez with the slide tackle there. Bruno Fernandes. Bernardo Silva. And it's Dallo. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Brilliantly cut out. Bruno Fernandes. Gonzalo Inacio. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Raul. Great defending, strong and determined. Gonzalo Inacio. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Diogo Dallo. Now it's Jimenez. Well, they could break here. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Moved on forwards. And here's Raul. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Gonzalo Inacio. Ruben Diaz chooses to go cross-field. And it's Mendes. Mendes done delicately. Diogo Dallo. Oh, smashing header! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. Portugal blast themselves into a 3-goal lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Bernardo Silva. Ruben Dias. Played towards the other side. Mendes. Now he's off and running. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Alvarez gets over and intercepts. Can he get onto this? Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Vitinha, gently done. Nuno Mendes. Bernardo Silva. Vitinha. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva played out to the left flank. That's really well cleared. Vitinha with the foul. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Ruben Dias tries to clear. There's the shot! Keeper gets just about enough of it. And it's been taken short. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. So who's he picking out? Over to the left. Lovely feet. Time to deliver. He has a look up. Now it's Jimenez. Shot a goal! They've played it short. Produces a cross. Ruben Dias clears it away. Raul. That's going to go a long way. Pedro Neto. Ronaldo tries to dink it through. And it's lofted through here. Tries to get it clear. Mexico with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. Diogo Dalot tries to clear. Pedro Neto. Now it's Vitinha. Sanchez. Gonzalo Inacio. Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva. João Neves. Ruben Dias. Played over towards the opposite flank. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes. Oh, nice touch. Chooses to go back. Pedro Neto! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best. Vitinha looking for a run-up. Plenty to aim at here. Bullish header! Oh, taken with style. Results no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
Portugal are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Diogo Dalot. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Mendes charging forward down that flank. There are a few waiting for it. Crossed into the box. No, that's overhit. Sanchez. Sanchez picks it up now. Cleared away. Diogo Dalot. Bruno Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Sanchez. Aim forwards. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. The pressing. Oh, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Vitinha! And how good was that? Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed. 2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. It's become a case of... And that is that. Mexico illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing. Your reflections then, Jim?
Mexico were always up against it, Peter, and a game we expected a gulf and not just a gap between the teams, and it happened.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for.